Right. The final match of the Lzuruha Open, or the final series, actually. This is going to be a best of three with advantage to UTSA. Basically, how it works is since OMG Pop fought back from the lower bracket, they already have a single loss. So if they lose this game, they are considered to be out of the tournament, which means that they will be taking second. But if they win this game, then it is a best. Basically, it turns into either team wins, or whichever team wins takes the final. So if OMG Pop would win this game, then UTSA would have a loss counted onto them. So if OMG Pop wins the second game, then they would take first. But if UTSA wins the first game here, they automatically take first because of their one game advantage with the way that the lower bracket works. So this obviously is going to be the final one or two games, we'll see, of the Lzuruha Open between UTSA and OMG Pop. OMG Pop is going to be on the blue team, UTSA on the purple team. Bans already coming out. Nunu, Evelyn, and Fiddlesticks for OMG Pop. UTSA banning out Kha'Zix, Jarvan, and Lee Sin. I guess it's just what they don't want to play against with their comp. The Rammus auto lock by Mr. Lau. It looks like Just Undies is going to just grab that right away. This looks like they just want to get their best champions and see if they can't just pull out an upset here. Tree Critter on Gnar again. It worked out really well for them last time these two teams met. So if it's not broke, why change it? The Janna coming out for Pib. That is going to be in the bot lane as support, but the bot lane for OMG Pop is going to be Caitlyn and Braum. Caitlyn Braum is a really crazy lane because Caitlyn can do so much damage from so far away, and it's basically her auto attacks are the same range as Braum's Q. So if Braum hits a Q, Caitlyn is basically there to hit another auto, and it's not too hard for them to get the slow and the stun out onto, say, a Corki or a Janna. I think Janna would be the easier target. Corki probably be able to get out of there. Maokai getting locked in by take the draw. It looks like he's probably going to take that into the jungle, which I'm excited to see because he's only played Nunu so far, and I want to see if he has just like the same style of play on Maokai, or if he's going to be going just completely crazy here. Flan picking up the Rumble for, it looks like he's going into the jungle. Rumble in the jungle, guys. Everybody. That or he's going to be taking Mr. Lau. He's going to be taking Just Undies' position in the jungle there, but he has been in the top lane. I guess he played mid lane last game, but for the most part, he plays top in the top lane, and it looks like Rumble is. I mean, obviously Rumble is more geared towards the top lane anyway, but he might be taking Rammus from Mr. Lau here. Just Undies picking up the Jace, so that is probably going to be for Hello Jenny, hopefully. I want to see if Hello Jenny actually is going to play that. She's not played it before in a tournament that I've seen, so it will be interesting. It's similar to the way that that Lux plays, kind of, not a lot. Last pick, Leper, hovering the Katarina. This actually might work because there's not much to stop him. I mean, there's a single taunt, Rammus Ball. Well, actually, no, there's a lot to stop it. It might work still because Leper can be smart about his engages, and he doesn't have to ult. A lot of Katarinas, they bank they're all in on the fact that they can ult, whether they can ult or not. And that's not always the case. You could definitely get a pentakill without ever pressing the R key. Um, it's just how it works out, how you play it when you go in, if you're smart about it. So these are the teams. Uh, OMG Pop picking up Rumble. Mr. Lau is picking up Rumble in the top lane. Hello Jenny's going to be playing Caitlyn as ADC. Dropkick Ninja and the bot lane support as Braum. Flan in the jungle as Rammus, and Just Undy is going to stick with his Jace in the mid lane. They basically just swapped every lane around and said, all right, this works. Let's do it. Meanwhile, in the purple side is going to be UTSA, and they're going to take Tree Critter is going to be taking Gnar into the top lane. Pib on support as Janna. Kaz Nachos back to his Corki from the very beginning of the tournament. Take the draw, picking something new, since the new was banned, and picking up Maokai and Leper. The kind of I don't know how that pick works with the team, and I'll be interested to see how they play it. But it's very, very volatile. There's a reason why it doesn't really get picked in competitive play all that much, is because it is very, very easy to shut down as a team. You can just set one person to be like, I got this. I got Caitlyn or Katarina ult right away, and then they just do it. So maybe Braum just holds his ultimate for when Katarina has ulti, and when she ultis in, he just ultis immediately. I'd be interested to see maybe some fake outs by Leopard to see if he'd jump in and do a W, and instead of doing the ulti, just W, and see if they throw a bunch of CC on him and maybe Zanya's. Would be interesting to see that. They have a huge, huge disengaged team. It's really interesting to see because Maokai wants to go in, right? He's got great peel for someone who's running away, but he's not himself is not going to peel for anybody for himself. So it's going to fall back on Maokai peels for Corki or Katarina or Gnar, and then Gnar and Janna peel for Maokai to get out, so that they got that double layer of peel. But yeah, I mean, the thing is like they don't really even need to chase. OM, uh, yeah, OMG Pop don't really need to chase all that much because they have such long range. They have Rumble, who's kind of low range, but his ultimate can reach very far. Jace is going to be poking a lot, and Caitlyn, who has very long range to begin with, it's just going to be, it might be just like versus poke and counter initiation, basically. That's basically what OMG is poke and counter initiation versus a full on disengaged team. Like they have some poke with the Gnar and the Corki ultis, but past that, they're basically just a full on disengaged team. Um, Janna is going to be tornadoes, ultis. The twisted advance from Maokai doesn't really. You can use it to catch someone out, but it's a lot of people will use it more to stop a dive on like an AD carry or on a Katarina or something like that. I mean, both teams they don't really have much as far as like actually just brawling each other out, unless they're in the jungle here. And then I think I give the obvious edge to OMG Pop as a team comp. That likes to do that a lot, doesn't it? Just waiting on the game to reconnect here. I mean, I think that if UTSA plays this really well, then it definitely could go in their favor really easily, very easily. But there's a lot of room for error with their team comp. If Katarina gets stunned out during ulti or something like that, then it's just not the greatest of things to happen. The Caitlyn traps. Wait, what are these? Okay, Maokai, throwing a little vision out. All right, I understand this. All right, that's not going to be there for very much longer. Not very deep wards this time around. UTSA taking it a lot, or basically playing a lot safer this time around. Maokai probably not going to be in their jungle for the entire game like he was on Nunu. So we'll see what happens there. Looks like we're just going to see standard starts. Flan starting in his red. Maokai taking his blue. He's going to need that. He's already out of mana right away. And that is going to be... He's going to go ahead and take that. Wow, he is definitely out of mana. The level up to 2, kind of saving him there. He's going to have enough for a sapling toss onto the wolves. Caitlyn already showing her range. Corki getting a little bit of a retribution attack there. A lot of aggro down in the bot lane this time around. I remember last time these two teams met, it was more action around mid lane than anything. Hello Jenny having a little trouble, but it is going to be a stun onto Kaznachos. Exhaust coming out on Hello Jenny, but it is going to save the day for Kaznachos there. And Pib looking like he's in a little bit of trouble, but the stun doesn't come out onto him. Mr. Lau trying to deal with Tree Critter as much as well as he can. We might see a gank in the mid lane here. Let's see what could happen as I think Just Undies already knows that this is a thing, and he's just jumping out of the left or the right side of the lane there. Tree Critter just can flash right on over there, and he flashes back. Just Undies making a huge play. I think that gives him enough time for Flan to come back to come into the lane. Maybe get a taunt off on Leopard, yeah. And well, Flan is in a lot of trouble now, but he's gonna get back to his tower. Just Undies is in a weirder position than before. He went from one side of the lane, going out one side of the lane, to going out the other side of the lane in about 3 seconds. It's a good dodge of the gank, but I think he's still going to have a little trouble. I mean, he's out of mana here. Flan does get the taunt off on Leopard. This might be first blood for Just Undies. Flan picks up the extra damage off that, and Just Undies picking up the kill, the first blood with the ignite. So really well played by OMG Pop. They're like they definitely played that extremely well. That even blew my mind. Kaznacho's in a little bit of trouble. He does get stunned up here. That is going to probably force his flash. He does not have enough health to continue this, but maybe they can pick up a Hello Jenny here. Pib doing a lot of damage himself. Oh, Flan picking up the kill onto take the draw. Wow, this is not looking good for UTSA. So, OMG Pop not liking what they were dished, what they were served in the first game that these two teams met, and they're coming back with a vengeance. Definitely coming out really strong. They're 1,000 gold up. Picked up already 2 kills right around 5 minutes, and literally both mid and jungle, the two the two huge playmakers from the last time they met are getting shut down here. So it's very dangerous for UTSA here with the fact that they're already behind like that. Piv getting a little aggressive here. He wants to put as many auto attacks in on Braum as he can. They're a little bit down in the bot lane. Take the draw, wants to dive this. Just Undy's in a lot of trouble. He's going to get ignited, and the tower takes out take the draw, so he's going to be able to trade 1-for-1. Kaz Nacho's getting taunted here. That is not a good sign for him. Kaz Nacho's might be in a little bit of trouble. The kill coming out onto Flan. The stun onto Janna, but Piv is going to be able to get out of there relatively safely. Hello Jenny just too low for them to do anything else. I really want to see how this is going to work out in the mid game because Rumble does have teleports. So this mid game fight when Rumble is right around 8 is going to be really devastating at Dragon if they do decide to fight for that. I think the smart thing for UTSA to do would be to just let them get it. There is no... I mean, unless you take Rumble out early, like before... Oh god, the ultimate coming out from Rumble, Tree Critter dropping. Mr. Lau showing up in the top lane. Actually, the first time I've seen him on anything but Thresh in the top lane, which is crazy. Showing up really nicely, playing really well so far. Take the draw. You're behind. This is really, really sketchy. In the jungle here, Flan knows that this is coming, but there's 3 people ready to deal with Flan. Flan is going to drop here. The smite coming out from Flan, so they're going to go ahead and just give that right over to Corki. Wow, really well played there. Take the draw. Really smart. Smart invade. It looked like it could have been a really sketchy play with Flan coming into the jungle there, but he called his team and was ready for it. That definitely means that the dragon is theirs, especially since Flan did not ulti, or Take the Draw did not ulti for the red buff there. And, I mean, Rammus is here now, so they're going to have to back. It was a really, really good play by Dropkick Ninja. He died for that, but he stopped them from dragoning, and he gave them time to let Mr. Lau get his ultimate back. That means that now that Mr. Lau has basically got his ultimate back in the next 3 seconds or so, that means that Dragon is completely off limits unless OMG want it. Anybody but OMG off limits. They just can't do it unless Tree Critter somehow finds a way to force Mr. Lau to die. Basically, like, he can't just force him out of lane because Mr. Lau has that teleport. He would have to either kill him or stop the teleport for UTSA to actually get that dragon or win a dragon fight. And it's just very hard to do as Gnar, because he would have to turn into Mega Gnar and actually get the stun off. And if they choose to fight right after Tree Critter drops out of Mega Gnar, then they're basically out of luck on the fight there. Kaz Nacho's in a little bit of aggression. Hello Jenny, not having the greatest of times right here. Pib gonna separate the 2 of them, but there is a teleport coming down. Mr. Lau is gonna go in on that one. They're gonna go ahead and get out of that, but that does signal Dragon is theirs. He didn't have to use ulti there, so Dragon is theirs. Tree Critter is gonna need to get that top tower, so we'll see if he does manage to do that. And it looks like he might be able to. He's not gonna have the minion wave this time around, but he should be able to get it. Dragon does go down, and we have a fight here. See, Mr. Loud dropping 2 people there, but wow, they're just too low for any of this to happen. Kaz Nacho's picking up a kill. Hello Jenny picking up a kill of his own. Wow, just a 2 for 3. Take the Draw in a little bit of trouble here. Janna gonna need a little bit of help. Wow, Take the Draw. Making a big play, making sure that Caitlyn does die. So that's a 4 for 2, and I'm pretty sure that the dragon did go to Flan. So, I mean, 4 for 2 with the dragon going to Flan, not too bad, but the tower in the top lane is going to fall. That means that, wow, UTSA definitely made the better trade there, coming in at the end of the dragon kill as well. Uh, take the draw, trying to get that flash onto the flash twisted advance onto Just Undies, but just not able to get quite in range. Flan hovering around the mid lane, maybe trying to get, maybe you want to get a gank in onto the Katarina, but Leper is Katarina. I mean, it's not very easy to gank someone like that unless he does it after the minions. But the flash coming out onto Pib, the taunt as well. Looks like Pib is gonna drop for that, but Kaz Nachos is safe for now. Hello Jenny picking up her second kill of the game. Leper in a lot of aggression. Doesn't do a huge amount of burst to Just Undies. Just Undies trying to get back in on this. It looks like Rumble is in the area as well. Yeah, Mr. Loud jumping into that mid lane isn't really going to do too much. Basically, Gnar has a little bit of free farm in the top lane, and Leper can just clean up whatever minions he's able to get here. Taking a lot of damage, though. Mr. Lau, man, he is just doing so well today. On Thresh, on Janna, on Rumble, he's just doing it all. Playing extremely out of his mind. Flan's still in the bot lane. They're trying to get this 3v2, but it's just not working out for them because Janna and Corki are just so good at poking from range and disengaging. Anytime that Flan wants to come in, unless he has flash to flash over a tornado or something like that, he just isn't able to get there because the tornado hits him in the face, a rocket hits him in the face, they walk away, and that's the end of it. Leper in a little bit of trouble. He just does Shumpo in onto Mr. Lau. Mr. Lau getting ganked by Tree Critter as well. The ultimate coming out just to cut them off, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. Mr. Lau in a lot of trouble. He might be able to turn this on Leper, but no. Tree Critter does pick up the kill on him. Pib in a little bit of trouble, but you know, he's Janna, so he's just gonna tornado and run away. Tree Critter taking a lot of damage here, jumping onto Just Undies, does get the stun off, but he gets knocked into tower range as well. Just Undies picking up his 4th kill? Yes. And that is going to be really, actually, honestly, that's really good for OMG Pop. They're doing extremely well, actually. They're losing in minions as far as that goes, but this game is extremely close. I think the next dragon fight is going to make or break what happens for the next 10 minutes. So when we see dragon coming up in a minute 40, we're going to see, you know, after that or during that fight, we're going to see as much we're going to see as much action as we probably will for the next 10 minutes. So we'll be looking at dragon in a minute, but it looks like most of the players on each team are just going to go ahead, pick up what they can in the jungle, back, and then set up for dragon. The wards coming out from Pib out around dragon. They do know that it is coming up in about a minute. So they do know that they need to get that vision out. Dropkick Ninja does not have sweeper, or actually he does have sweeper. The ultimate coming out onto Pib. Just Undies picking that kill up, but Leper is going to be able to pick up that the kill on Flan, the revenge kill. I think that's actually a better kill for OMG because Rammus, sure, he can run in there and taunt and stuff, but the disengage from Janna is what is really going to hurt them. Mr. Lau in a lot of trouble, but he is going to be able to. Never mind, he got knocked out by Kaz on that Corki. Kaz Nacho's Tree Critter trying to get as much damage in onto Hello Jenny and Just Undies as possible. Take the draw in a little bit of trouble. Looks like they do want to try to fight this out. Rammus in the mix already here though. He's gonna be popping back up into the fight. Kaz Nacho's in a little bit of trouble. He does get taunted. That the stun isn't gonna come out though, but Take the Draw is jumping in as well. Flan picking up oh wow, Leper picking up another kill on Flan. That is just well played by Take the Draw and all of UTSA. To be honest, definitely huge play. Kaz Nacho's picking up another kill onto Hello Jenny in the cleanup. That is actually, it's very impressive, extremely impressive. Take the Draw using his Maokai ulti to the fullest extent. The ultimate coming, or the Q coming out from Just Undies does pick up the kill onto Kaz Nacho's. The dragon does go to Maokai. This might be a little bit of a problem. Just Undies does drop, but Mr. Lau picks up the kill onto Katarina. Tree Critter in a lot of basically he's doing work. Braum does drop here to Tree Critter. Janna in a little bit of trouble as well. They are going to go ahead and turn on him. There's not enough mana for Tornado. He's probably going to go down here. That was a 3 for 3, or a 3 for 4, and Dragon. So definitely a huge boon for UTSA. I'd have to say, Take the Draw. He isn't being as explosive and as impactful as he was, or he's being impactful, but he's not being as visibly impactful as he was on Nunu. But he is definitely making all the right calls. He's making huge plays with that Maokai ultimate. He saved that entire team fight in mid lane and allowed them to get that dragon. He's definitely someone that is probably going to be on the watch list for challenger teams coming up in the future, if he's not already on you know, being scouted by some of them. All of these players are actually very good, but I think definitely for sure Take the Draw, very smart player, very knowledgeable about the game, and he is going to be leading his team to quite a crazy fight here. He's going to drop here, but because of the Mr. Lau ultimate, the Rumble ultimate there, but it is going to be a 2 for 1, and that is insane. They pick up Dropkick Ninja and Just Undies. Looks like Pib is in a little bit of trouble, but Flan is going to get knocked up into the air by a tornado. The taunt coming out, not really going to catch Janna for too much. Flan just, surprise, I'm here. Yeah, I'm really impressed with how Leper has been playing this this matchup as well. There's a lot of stuff to stop him from using his ultimate, and so what he's been doing is he's just been using his ultimate on people who don't care if he stops or not, like Braum, or maybe doing it out on the side of a fight. Instead of trying to jump into the middle of a fight, he's jumping to the side of a fight and, you know, trying to snipe off Just Undies on the side or in the back, stuff like that. And it's really interesting to see. It's a little bit higher level of Katarina play. A lot of, I mean, I'd have to say 90% of Katarinas, they feel like they need to jump into the middle of whatever and ulti, but just like this, he ultis Braum, someone who can't readily just stop him, and it gets the kill for him. Leper gets taunted, but it doesn't really matter. He picks up the kill, double kill for him. Braum and Rammus are down. They really want this tree critter with a huge stun. That was beyond max range. Just Undy's in a lot of trouble. Kaz Nacho is going to pick that one up. That is going to signal the end of that team fight. Leper picking up a third kill. Double kill for Mr. Lau. He's trying his hardest, but you know what? Fourth kill for Leper on the Katarina. It's just not looking good for OMG Pop now. It's very close still, but it's starting to snowball in the favor of UTSA. And I say that mostly because of the amount of just crazy intelligent play by Take the Draw and Leper. They work so well together. It's actually, I can't believe I just noticed it a little, in the past like 3 fights, but a lot of their plays are based around one or the other of them baiting something out and then just capitalizing on a mistake. Dropkick Ninja meeting Pib out in the jungle a little bit there. He does throw the Q out, but I don't think it's too much of a big deal. Just forced to put another ward onto that area, but it looks like the Baron buff is going to be cleared out. So there's no vision in the Baron pit or around the Baron pit besides that one bush right where everyone is at. The blue trinket coming out from Kaz is going to, and that's another thing. Blue trinket on an ADC. Not very many ADCs know this, but it's actually probably the best trinket that they can get, especially on Katarina or Corki, as Dropkick Ninja gets completely taken out. He's caught completely out. Tree Critter and Take the Draw doing amazing amount of work. Man, Tree Critter is just everywhere. Mr. Lau in the mix. Hello Jenny does drop to Take the Draw, and Tree Critter is going to be able to take out the Rammus. That is going to be Baron for them. There's no way that that they don't get this. With just Undies and Mr. Lau, they don't have the capability to stop them here, unless, of course, there's a really great Rumble ult. Oh, he didn't get his Flame Spitter off, so he's going to be just chilling out. He does get taken out by Kaz Nachos, and Just Undies trying to get as much damage onto Kaz as he can, but Kaz is like, you know what, I'm melee too, and he just goes for it. They do pick up the Baron, and you know what, it's starting to look worse and worse for OMG Pop. UTSA, they got a small, tiny little lead, and they're running with it. They're actually just taking it straight to the bank. They turned the one team fight at Dragon at the very beginning of the game into a 1,000 gold lead, into what is now a 10,000 gold lead, and about to be 13,000 almost. It's actually quite awesome how they've done that. So an 11,000 gold lead based off of an early game team fight that they came out on top of, which is insane. It just goes to show you how much you can punish a team for one misplay in the early game. Oh wow, the Tree Cutter ulting them into the wall again. He's just on par with those ultis. Like, he's just going crazy. Double kill for Corki, a double kill for Katarina. At this point, they're just cleaning up the game. OMG has a chance if they can get grouped 5 together, but it's not looking too amazing. They might back out here, but it looks like they just want to fight. UTSA just wants to fight. All their carries they're so fed. They want more. They're definitely hungry for more. But Take the Draw, making the good call, pinging everybody back. And so everybody's going to get out of there. I think Baron is going to be going down pretty soon. The Baron buff is going to be falling off of them, but I don't think it matters at this point because, oh, actually no, they still have half of the Baron left. And it really doesn't matter at this point because they're so far ahead. It's 25 minutes in, and it's about a 15k gold lead. There's an inhibitor open in the mid lane. It's not the most important inhibitor. Um, I mean, it is right now, while there are no objectives up, but if they can cycle that into maybe a bot lane push or maybe just a team fight in mid to defend Nexus turrets, I think I mean that's basically how they've won their other games is just running down mid, picking up a team fight at the Nexus turrets and going from there. Looks like take the draw is in a little bit of a predicament, but he's just going to take everything and just turn it right around. Leper picking up another kill. He's legendary at this point. Rammus not able to do anything. Mr. Lau with the Zanyas is about the only thing that they can do. It's a 1-for-0. And take the draw. He's just his name is a taunt. He just walks around and is a target. They put so much into him that they had nothing left for the fight. Caitlyn ult, Rammus taunt, the Q from Just Undies. There's a tower going down in top lane. They didn't even have Gnar there. Tree Cutter is just still in top lane with the teleport ready. They could go back in under the tower here at any time, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Leopard takes another kill. Hello Jenny drops, and Leopard takes a taunt, but it doesn't really matter because he's going to get another kill. That's 3 kills right off the bat, and they didn't even really have to do anything while Tree Critter is still up top pushing. It's just too grim for them right now. Pib soloing Just Undies. He was kind of low, but I mean it really doesn't matter at that point. Tree Critter's still up in the top lane pushing that out. He is probably going to get this inhibitor turret, and bot inhibitor turret is probably going to go down as well. The flash from Pib coming out to stop that damage, but it looks like Tree Critter is going to probably punch Mr. Lau into the wall again, and he's going to get that kill. Tree Critter picking up that kill in a solo. Is he going to make it though? He does pick up the kill on that, and everyone else is just running away from Flan. Oh, he jumps right into take the draw, jumps right in on that. Leper in a little bit of a predicament. He has ignite or exhaust on him, but he's gonna go ahead and get the AD carry anyway. The stun coming out onto Leper, but it doesn't really matter. He's got Zanya's that he still hasn't even that he just barely used. He pulls out a triple kill, and that's probably gonna be the end of the game. The inhibitor is coming up pretty soon here, but that is going to be the end of the game. They go ahead and surrender. Very well played by UTSA. That was just basically they took everybody to school. I learned quite a lot there. Very well played. Congratulations to UTSA winning the Lzuruha Open number 9. Brought to you by Lzuruha. Check them out. mylzh.net. Wow, I'm basically at a loss for words at how well UTSA plays together. They are just I want to know a little bit of their history now, how long they've been together because they play extremely well. This team has to be one of the teams that just has definitely had a lot of practice. But with that, that is the end of the Lzuruha Open. UTSA, obviously the champions here. OMG taking second. The third place team is Sharpie Sniffers, and the free agents actually sneaking in on that fourth place. So I don't know how they manage to do it every month. They take second or fourth, and which is really cool to see. But yeah, thank you for coming. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Um, and I'll see you next month.